do it live. I will end up not doing or uploading anything. To the people that were very engrossed in me purchasing my RV, the RV was unfortunately sold. There's a lot of backstory to that I could get into. I'm not sure really if anyone's interested. Um, but I happened to take out a loan that held a lien against my car that I was paying off every month with interest through not the nicest of loan holders, but being that I didn't have all that much equity at the time, seemed like a reasonable deal. Um, the intention was to move into the RV, and I don't remember entirely the order of events, but I had always wanted to travel the world. I've gone quite a few places, and I thought that it would be the coolest thing in the world to travel and live in an RV. And specifically, the Vogue that I was momentarily living in, I think I held up for May, June, July, August, September, 5 grueling months. Once exhilarating, um, but the intention was I wanted to do something like this. And then at the time, prior to meeting him, had been interested in music because I had been classically trained in choir and piano for quite a while, but I actually wanted to do something creative. Maybe I'll get back there one day. I don't know. But I mentioned the notion of getting an RV and traveling all of Arizona, living in different places. I had looked up blogs, YouTubes, anything that was a channel on that situation. It was rather harsh and not the kindest. And I don't mean the people necessarily, but I mean, um, for instance, I was vacuuming the RV. If any of you noticed, the RV had carpets. I do not recommend an RV with carpets. Um, at the same time as running, in the air conditioner and the I'm not going to remember all of the specifics of the RV, but it had a dual system running the electricity. And, anyways, the power, I had one of them turned on, one of them turned off, and everything up the power. And then in the end, I figured out it was one of the reasons why I couldn't keep the refrigerator running inside the RV, which I thought that the freezer and the fridge, how it was explained to me initially when I was working on it and trying to learn how to operate the RV, was that it only needed propane. And actually, it was connected to the electric system. So not only did I lose my AC, tried just living on like raw vegetables at points. All of my vitamins and supplements completely went astray. But during all of that, I understood that I was engaged, and the intention was for me to move all of my apartment stuff into the RV and downsized enough where that once I got married to the man I was dating, enough room for all of us, and all of us being our two cats and ourselves. And things didn't quite work out like that. Uh, but I was made a lot of promises to, none which were kept, and we had more and more and more functional problems as I went along trying to live in it. I found a lovely RV park to live in, um, but because Sally Mae completely messed me over during COVID, I don't know who they didn't mess over, but I graduated college May of 2019 officially, and then I was out on the workforce attempting to try to find a job in relation to my position, for my degree. And then COVID happened March of 2020. I didn't really have much time to work with, and it kind of ruined my prospects. And then I started to try to rebuild myself. And um, with that being said, I was trying to rebuild my credit. I had consolidated my loans. I had tried um, making my payments monthly to everyone, and then uh, building and purchasing the RV to live more simply, live more cheaply, but also not have to own property, travel freely, and then not continue to give money to a system that seemed to not actually be supporting society. And that was one of the freedoms, and I realized. And then they also were very truthful and honest about where they were with their recovery. Um, we broke up. I was completely madly in love, and I tried to be encouraging and get them to get to rehab, get help. Um, I have decided that I definitely have mixed attachment style, and I was definitely really codependent with that person, but I don't want it to, I don't want it to, I felt, and the warmth they always spoke of me, and the softness and kindness they brought out in me. But while they were dealing with their own issues, um, I was left to struggle with moving when I tried joining the live in and park my RV, but even all that almost became too much. But the park that I was living at in